Hey guys, I hope this works. The previous one, I don't know what happened, so it's just a few seconds earlier. I think that we should be good. Um, so before we start, there is actually a few people that actually subscribe to a channel with just my name on it. That I don't know what happened. It's a separate account. It's not supposed to be there. So if you subscribe to that, you can unsubscribe to that and subscribe to this one instead. That should do it. I don't know what happened to the other one. So, how's everybody today? I hope it's a relatively problem-free Wednesday. It's super cold. So, uh, I actually in here. That's super cold. I actually had to turn on the heat like an hour to 2 hour early for this because it's that cold. So, hey Kat, hey Chris, hey Damon, hey Joseph. And whoever that's still lurking that I don't know about. So a lot of things to talk about today. We got quite a few things going on, and today is gonna be a good chat for sure. A good chat. Hey Raphael. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to this, go ahead and subscribe. It makes it easier. Eventually, I don't know. That way you don't have to see all those posts about the link in the future. Hey Brad, you got to work tonight, Philip. So let's get started. A few things. Today we're reviewing this compared to the Cuban Cohiba. And am I showing as background on your screen? Because the Cohiba looks like background on your screen. I wonder if that helps. Anyways, and there's a few things I want to talk about also. Next week, we're going to review the two different sizes in comparison for the Obrigados. And we all know that the earlier Obrigado has a little bit of issues compared to the newer ones, even though both actually says first edition on it. I think it's just the bend, the way the bend works. And also, we're going to put one question to rest, all right? And I think you guys will be interested in this. So a while back, I actually posted a thing about people putting cigars long-term in their acrylic tube as a humidor. Now, I tell people that if you put it for a long period of time, the foot of the cigar will crack, and this is how it looks like. See that? The foot of the cigar cracked because I had it laying down like this whole time. And all the weights and pressure and gravity doing its job, it just makes it crack. So here's what happened to one of my Obrigados. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to apply cigar glue on it. The cigar glue is good enough to rescue a cracked foot. All right, so we're gonna do a review on that next week. I'm gonna glue it on when I have time, sometime tomorrow or something like that. Make sure it's tightly and nicely glued, and then we're gonna try to smoke it. So that way, I'm not gonna do a review on a bad one for taste comparison because obviously they'll have an issue. But we'll have a good one just to smoke, and then we'll have a good one, have a bad one to test with. And that's what's gonna go on. All right. Ooh, yeah. This. I'm gonna be very careful to put this back. Come on, go in. So yeah, this wrapper is all crap. Ugh. Anyways, so that's what's gonna go on next week. And let's get this started. So yeah, while I'm cutting and lighting this, why don't you guys tell me what you guys are smoking today? Okay, so the Cohiba itself doesn't have that much aroma dry, so we'll give it. Dry is really nice though. SM. Dry is really nice. It's almost fruity. Like some kind of berry fruit. taste to this. Dry. So let's give it a try to toast it and light it up. That's awesome. I hope you guys you actually like that Davidoff, because I like the Davidoffs a lot. So hi, Jonathan. Basically, you just had to say the goldfish went to sleep for a long time. All right, so it might not come back. And then if when you get a chance, just get another goldfish that look the same. That's the best way to explain to a 4-year-old because they don't have the concept of death yet. So it's better to replace it than having the trouble to explain it. Oh yeah, I just realized that's a troll. Troll Mech Trollson. All right. So first few puff. All right, Christina. First few puff of this. Significantly more tasty than the Cuban. It's much more stronger on this one. You can taste it right away. There's like aroma, the sweetness, the a little bit cream, a little bit of like, dark chocolate with dark coffee, like a slight bitter note to it, but it's not too much. Right away, it's easy through your nose too, but it's less refined. It's less refined than the Cuban Cohiba. Definitely less refined, but you can taste it right away. If you like training your taste, this is like you smoke it in right away. You're like, this is a taste, not a tobacco taste, but like some other taste. So this is pretty good right now at this point. Yeah, it's got a little bit of fruit taste to it, but it's less refined. It's not like elegant taste. It's like, here's a box of chocolate. You bite it down, you're like, oh, that's chocolate. That's taste, but then it's not like, oh my God, that's a beautiful chocolate. So we'll keep going with this. So far, the ash looks good. Awesome. Thanks, Glenn. So for those people who are watching right now, this says there's 19 people on it right now. If you have subscribed to the other channel by accident, go ahead and unsubscribe to that and then subscribe to this one because this is the correct one. The one with my name on it is actually not the correct one. Somehow it popped up for the live thing. So while we're talking about this, I also want to just put it out there so that one day I can say I said it. Is that I heard about Bradley and Dana leaving TNT. Obviously, I haven't purchased TNT since Tim left them. So I heard that they gotta have their own venture, and I wish them the best for their venture. Hopefully, it's just you have the same vibe, same interesting things, so that I got something else to watch as well. And just more the better, right? More competition is a good thing. So hopefully, everything will do good, and then TNT obviously is gonna have a different direction, right? So hopefully everything will change for the best. It's coming up New Year. I think a lot of things are coming up, so it's a good thing. It's a good thing, and it's also a sad thing that because my drive to wanna, I think to learn about and then have more fun with everybody was because TNT, and that's how I started to go. You know what? It would be fun to talk to everybody online. Let's do that, and that's when I started. So thanks to TNT, the hobby has grown for me. So when Tim left, I was in shock, and then obviously when I saw the video for Bradley and Dana, that's even more of a shock to me. I was like, oh my god, how can this happen? So, but obviously when thing goes down, something else is gonna come up. So hopefully, they'll have a really good venture, and then we can all look to see what's going on later on, right? So I put it out there, just so that when I go visit Tim and I saw Bradley, I'll be like, I said it, I didn't say anything bad, I said good. So, I mean, Bradley is definitely a personality for sure. So I want to touch his Crooked beer for sure because it looks really soft. Anyways, another thing I want to talk about today, while this is going down, sorry, I'm trying to taste this because it's got like almost like a dark roast bitterness to it. So you can imagine what kind of things going on, almost like a dark roast. But it kind of rounds it off with some fruity sweetness to it. So it's actually really good. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right. I don't know what's Donald Trump's favorite snake. Do you know what's Donald Trump's favorite snake? So I want to talk about what I got today. And I posted a picture up there, but it's easier if I just show you guys to here like that. So this is how I received it in a box when I take it out of the box. So it looks like this. It's backwards on my screen, but I don't know. But this is how it looks like. This is actually the kit that they sent over. So this is multiple items. The very top is actually an ashtray. So that's how it looks like, with the engraving on the side, like that. This backward on the screen. I wonder why. And this thing is like a canteen that you put alcohol in there. So it's actually pretty cool. And they give you a little funnel to fill the canteen. And they give you 4 of these aluminum shot glass to drink with. Now, I like the concept, and I like the fact that they give 4. But what is the bad idea to give me 4 cups for ashtray for 2? So confusing. But hey, whatever it is, right? We'll just go with that. It's nice. This compared to the one that I got, a different kind of set that I got before, this is actually really nice. I think I don't know. I'm thinking to give this set as a giveaway. So we'll see. I'm struggling with myself because you know me, I like packaging, and this is nicely designed, nicely packaged. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one or give it away. Anyway, so while I'm at it, I can show you guys the previous one I got, which is when they were advertising for the church, the late hours. It's all wood. When I received it, this is what I received. I use this in my basement actually. I just put it back together so that I can show you guys how it looks like when I received it. It's really good. So it comes with this really nice, crafted cigar holder. But when they showed up, there was no cigar in there. So cigar holder. And it came with this coaster. And this coaster comes with 2. So it makes sense, right? 2 people, cigar ashtray, 2 people, you get 2 holders. And yeah, that's the ashtray. You can see how to use it when friends drop by. So it's actually really nice. I mean, I like this kind of stuff. I mean, if every brand start giving out stuff like that, I'll go broke for sure. All right, so that's what I got today. So far you'll get this like a, I wouldn't call it Dominican's Papago taste per se. It's actually slightly more bitter. It's got a more like I said, dark roast, coffee, slight bitterness, rounds it off with woodsy and fruity notes. All right, so it's not like boring. It's going, but when it goes to if we gotta go into detail, I wouldn't call this refined. Not as well blend together. But it's strong. It hits you right there. But I don't think this is like a strong medium compared to the Cuban Cohibas. So it burns really nicely. The taste is right away. As soon as you try to give it a draw, you taste it right away. So internal flavor, this thing has got like good punch of flavor. So that's not bad. In comparison, the Cuban Cohiba is underwhelming to start. Definitely underwhelming to start, and not as strong immediate taste as this one. The Cuban one actually takes time to draw in for sure. It does have this really distinct bitterness to it, as like a dark coffee for sure. So far, so good. All right, so let's talk about the true topic that we want to talk about today. I've asked everybody, what do you like to eat while you're smoking? Not after, not before, but while you're smoking. What do you eat to keep yourself from getting dizzy, to clean your palate, to just do all kind of stuff to further enjoy the cigar? What do you eat? Put it out there. What do you eat while you smoke? You don't eat while you smoke. Peanut and dark chocolate. Most of the time, nothing. Okay. Chocolate chip cookies. Cookies are good. Cookies are good. Water, coffee, or liquor. Now that's pairing. That's not food, Jonathan. The food that you usually people pair with is got to be somewhat sweet or savory. That helps you to be able to taste the cigar more. That's number one. Number two, that keep you from getting too dizzy from nicotine because your body's moving. Nice, Aaron. Again, Aaron, there's two of you. I got to find a way to better identify which one is what. So cheesecake. That's a good one. Cheesecake. I've done cheese before. Sometimes it matches well, sometimes it doesn't. Well, Glenn, you're a big guy, so usually the bigger guy has a better tolerance for sure. Cheesecake. So here's my darkest secret, and nobody knows, because I'm a big eater, and usually when I smoke, I have this. This is what I have. That's how I kill my time if I'm smoking. I'll grab a handful and I'll eat until there's no stop. So I usually have a few hundred of these around my house at any given time. That's what happens. That's what I do when I smoke. So that's what one of the things I eat. The other thing I eat, which will be mostly my go-to, will be oatmeal raisin cookies. Oatmeal raisin cookie is my #1 choice. I always go with the oatmeal raisin cookie. For some reason, it cleans up my palate really well. It absorbs whatever that's in my mouth, and it cleans it up really well. So that's one of them. Hey, Damon. So we have a few people here. I definitely want to address that. If you did subscribe to the previous channel, make sure you subscribe to this one. This is the correct one. The other one is not correct. So I just want to make sure that everybody goes to the correct one, because the other one I never use. I don't even know how it come about, but it's not correct. It is not correct. I don't know. Like right now, I'm clicking onto it on my own channel. It's switching that account again. I don't know why. So technically, we should have 80 today, but we haven't. So why is that keep switching to that one? I don't understand. Yeah. So right now I have 75. Let's see if we can hit 80 today. The goal is 100. So hopefully we'll hit 100. But if we don't, we'll figure it out. No big deal. If you like Nicaraguan smoke, even though this is Dominican smoke, it's very close. It has this essence of it. So far, I really like this. I really like this. It's just that the notes are not refined. It's just so harsh of a note. Jason, I don't think you want to get a job like mine. I mean, how will you like enjoy that? That's the thing. Everybody has to enjoy what they do. So it's not like something like, I would like to do what you do. For example, like if I see somebody that do firefighter, I want to be a firefighter, but if you put the gear on me, I'm just gonna fall on the ground flat. There's no way for me to do that kind of work. So if you do the job like me, you will have already done it. I think it's not an easy job. I hate traveling. I can tell you that I hate traveling. So you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. I'm increasing my chance of dying by flying so much, right? Well, I'm not saying that the firefighter are not increasing their chance of dying, but flying, that's a scary way to die. That cigar, it's that smelly smell, that smells smelly. I have no idea what's going on, Christina. Damon Gordon and Damon Jones are new members. Welcome. SpongeBob. I can't watch SpongeBob. That noise, noise, it bothers me. It bothers me. I can't watch it. I know the character, like Patrick and stuff, but I don't know what they talk about. I mean, you're a sponge eating seafood where your friends are made out of seafood. Kind of boggles my mind. Hey, there's one funny fact. All of you knows Pokemon, right? Everybody knows Pokemon. Come on, they haven't like what 10, 20 years now. Everyone knows Pokemon, right? So if you know Pokemon, you probably watch 1 or 2 episodes. In Pokemon, there is no any other animals other than Pokemon, right? You don't see any animals in there. There's no cows. All they had was Pokemons, which means when you see them eating meat, they're eating a Pokemon. So imagine that. How weird is that? If you think about it, they're eating Pokemons. They're hunting down Pokemon for food, right? So, because there's no any other animals to do it. They eat in Pokemon. You will see them. They eat a lot of time. They eat they eat meats. You can see them like a plate of meat. They don't always eat vegetables. They have like, you know, rib and stuff like that. Hey, Mike. So they eat Pokemon. Imagine it's like, hey, honey, what do you want for dinner? Hey, I would like a plate of Pikachu. How weird is that? Like, I didn't think about it when I was younger, but as I grew up, I was like, you know, what do they eat? Because this person actually asked a while back, one of the convention, that what does Pokemon eat? So, and that brings up the questions, what do the humans eat? Pretty creepy, yeah, now that I think about it, because I guess that the author never thought about it. Look at this ash. Now, anybody who was trash talking about Cohibas, this is no joke. This is actually pretty good. This smokes like a premium cigar for sure. Except, I think they can work on the blend a little bit more. The blend is not, it's too in your face. Like somebody, you go visit someone, instead of giving you cheese and wine, they just shove a 10-pound steak and a like dark roast espresso right in front of your face and tell you to chuck it down. That's how it feels like it. So, but then the flavor is there. The flavor is there. It's a good steak. The price range is definitely better for sure. So it's good. It's good. If you like stronger taste, you definitely want to smoke this. If H. Upmann for me was a 9, this is probably somewhere in the 5 range. All right, so somewhere in the 5 range. It's still very smokable. Cigar is very good. It's definitely, in my opinion, so far worth the money. Not that I paid for this one, I traded for this one, but it's worth the money. All right, so for anybody to say, oh, the Red Dot Cohiba is trash, it's not like the Cuban Cohiba, I think that statement is totally false. In fact, I think the taste of the Cuban Cohiba is so light. You can see me like going through that thing, try to get the taste, try to figure out what this is all about. It's not there. It takes a while. If you want to, can you call it elegant? Yeah, you can call it elegance. Even though someone that's very lightweight can smoke it. Someone in the beginner can smoke it, but you're not gonna get much on it. Once you get into a higher level of smoking, you really can handle nicotine, and you can really. Glenn, because you receive it so late, I would say let it rest for like 2 weeks before you go for it. So make sure to take out of that too when you rest it. Have a good night, Christina. And this thing, surprisingly good. All right, which makes sense. You can't have a cigar company that keep making junk and then survive, right? This is really good. So to be really honest, I think they should change the name, because I know Cohiba means like cigar or something like that. So if they want to do a good business, they should change it, you know, Cohiba USA or something. I don't know, because people are often mistaken for it, and everybody's looking for the Cuban version. They reminds me of the Cuban version. So I don't think that's a good thing. I think that you should give it a try. Everybody should give it a try and then judge whether or not it's trash. Because I've seen a lot of people say, "Oh, you get that? That's trash." No, it's not. It's great. I don't think they They name it Cohiba because of original Cohiba. That would be the biggest mistake of any company try to get famous. So, and then, by the way, now that we have more people come in and left, I just want to say if you have subscribed to the wrong channel, if you don't see you subscribe to this one, make sure you subscribe to this one. The previous one that somehow the video was linked to, that's not a correct account. I don't use that account. So that's the wrong one. So make sure you like this video and subscribe to this one. This is the correct one. Now, look at this construction. The draw is great. I love the draw for this one. It goes in easily. I don't have to try my best to suck out of this one. And look at the ash. It's like powder white. It's great. It burns really even and really well. See that? And I can tell you a lot of people hate things that they haven't tried. But what I'm going to suggest you is, try it before you knock it. This is good. I mean, the thing about enjoying this hobby is to try all kinds of cigars, good and bad, and to immediately trash it, think that you're almighty because you smoked a Cuban Cohiba, and then when you saw an American Cohiba, you're like, nah, that thing's trash, man. That's just the wrong way to do, because you never know what you can find from that. You might like the taste. People who like coffee is going to like this. People who like the darker, roasted, bold flavor without that strong nicotine. This is it. Now, in compared to the Camacho barrel age, I like the barrel age better. Now, like I say, this taste wasn't refined. It was just hit you in the face kind of type of flavor. But Camacho barrels aged, it's more like very nicely layered, one after another, after another, after another, and then you get it. So this is like every taste hit you together. And what I meant by refine is like you get layers and layers and layers of notes. So far I enjoy this cigar. Look at the burn. The burn makes me smile. This is, you can tell this is a good construction. This is really nicely put together cigar. The ash is stayed. And like I said last time, if you want to get the similar taste of that Cohiba, get a really small Atabey. Tastes kind of similar. So if you took a Marble Light and an Atabey and smoke them together, that's how that Cohiba tastes like. All right, Marble Light, Atabey, smoke them together. That's how it tastes like. I couldn't tell you. I can look it up for you. I don't know what is the construction of that, because like I say, I wasn't really into Atabey. That was the first Atabey I ever smoked. So, but I'm pretty sure you can look it up. Let's see how many subscribers we had today already. 75. If we hit 80, I'll give away another cigar today. So share the link, get people. We need 5 more people. And I think those 5 that has subscribed to the wrong one can jump to this one. We'll have 80 today. Hey, David. Not yet. So David, we talked about a few things. First is the things I got today, which I was pretty surprised I got today because I didn't know the UPS delivered today. Did you know today is actually a national holiday? That USPS does not work today. Everybody worked, but USPS did not work today, and they ship things to go in random places. So, hey Martin, thanks for dropping by. I feel better, man. Feel better, man. Another thing is I need you guys to help me is that we have the event coming up this Saturday. It's gonna be a great event, and I just need people to pass on the word so that we can get more people to show up, because that's gonna be our first official, Cigars Daily fan meetup, right? So it's gonna be really, really good. They are closing their lounge just for us. All right, they're closing the entire lounge at 12:30 just for us. So it's gonna be really, really good. I really want to meet everybody that can go in New York 6th Ave this weekend, and I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna do a live there while I'm at it. But I really want to meet everybody, so please, please, please pass on the word. Anybody can drop by. Go ahead and drop by. It's gonna be fun. And I know I made another post about it. I tried to get the better hit count, but most people don't respond to it, so I don't know what's going on. And I hope that everybody who's going can actually go there and just drop your name there so that we know you're definitely going. That will be great. And then, Saturday, I'm going to see you all there. And then by January, I'll see you guys where Tim is. That'll be fun too. I was kind of pissed off about USPS because they shipped my tray for was it Emily? Oh, Amanda. My tray for Amanda is supposed to go to Maryland. It went all the way to LA for some reason. I don't know what are they doing sending that to LA. It's like the other side, the totally opposite side of the country. So I have no idea what's going on with the USPS. They really need a better way of handling that. Halfway through, flavor definitely changed. It's more I'm trying to it's woodsy. It's a little bit wood note, a little bit nutty note, cream note, bitter a little bit, very, very, very little of fruit at the end, and it has this dry taste to it too. Yeah, Glenn. Actually, I will not receive your package until I come back on Monday. I have a package on hold for anything that's gonna arrive to me early. So. I actually think that's a pretty good thing. For every 10 trolls, if one person actually likes cigar decide to stay and chat with us, that's great. I actually think that's a good thing. I love to chat with everyone here. So even if the trolls, if their questions are legit, I'll answer it. But for video for people, I have no idea what your question is about. So what do you mean by your video is superior to mine? Mine is a stream. Did you make a video? Your video probably is not as good as half the people that's in our group making their own videos, because our group of people makes good informative video rather than just video making fun of themselves. I don't know. You'd be surprised how much those video helps other people to really establish their hobby rather than here's a cat kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, the flavor halfway through definitely changed. And I realized that sometimes when the ash fell off, the flavor changed too, because now you're not smoking through those ash to carry those flavor as well. So sometimes if the ash fell down, I can feel like a really good change has happened, and the smoke definitely enhanced the smoke for me a little bit. Yeah, it's got this dry wood taste to it too. It's actually not bad. So, by the way, this is what I'm talking about. That's what happened to my cigar band now. I put it right behind me so I can just toss it in there when I'm done. This mantra, thank you. Now, it doesn't negatively affect the taste of the cigar. It's just bad. It looks bad. So when you tap your cigar like this, it looks bad because that's what people do when they smoke a cigarette. So, and then you can't really use it to tell the quality of the cigar now because you tap the ash off when they are long filler and they're supposed to stay long. So you kind of like eating the soup noodle dry when they're supposed to be soup kind of thing. So it just looks bad. It just looks bad. But if you wanted to get it off so that it doesn't get on you, you just roll it off. Just roll it off, right? It still comes off. Just don't do. It looks bad. Okay, so the taste kind of eased off a little bit. Now it's very bland, and all the stronger taste now is kind of smoothed down a little bit. So that's not true, Kat. That's not true. Now, I realize that this actually burns quite hot because I smoke the same speed as what I do with usual other cigars, but I can feel this heating up quite a bit. So I don't know how it is because it burns really nicely or it's just the way this is constructed, the air flows and everything. But it burns quite hot. So I'm gonna let it rest just a little bit. Have I purged the cigars yet? What do you mean by purged cigar? Yeah, Chris, you're absolutely right. So, Mike, I was talking about that earlier. So basically, Bradley and Dana is moving on to do their own venture. I think they're gonna probably do it together. Most likely open their own or something like that, something similar. So they're leaving TNT, and then TNT is gonna find other people to do their videos. So their channel is still gonna be there. Just have to wait and find out who's gonna do it. But they are leaving TNT, and then they do their own thing. Blow out the smoke to burn out the build-up tar. To be honest, Leo, I actually do that to keep the smoke going, but whenever I do that, I don't find it to clear anything up. To be really honest with you, because you're only purging the surface smoke, right? Because you're smoking in, you're going out. Unless when you're blowing out a whole chunk of something fall out, everything that you have gotten on the cigar is still there. I think it's more of like a placebo effect that you think that you did, but nothing came out. Other than smoke, it's the same way, right? Going in or out. I can understand that when you relight it, you want to blow it out because that first puff is all burnt smoke going in. But in terms of like a really nicely lit cigar that's still burning, I don't think that's necessary. So I don't think you have to do that. According to Bradley's own Facebook page, they are just gonna start their own new thing. So. Hey, Jenna. It gets more floral as it gets to the end. This is a really good stick. So I don't think. Is it a refined $20 cigar? It's not. But then for its price range, what it's like $7-8 or less. This is worth the price range. I'll say this is worth the price range. You definitely should try it at least one time. I know they have other flavors, the Maduros and the darker ones. I don't have any of those. Maybe I'll trade somebody for it to do a review on it. But this is it. I smoke one a day. So one coffee and one stick a day. Unless somebody visit me, then I'll probably go over that. So it depends on the situation, but majority of the time, it will be one cigar a day. I mean, right now it's a good time. We should talk about what everybody is smoking right now. And because if you're catching up, I know Davis is smoking something. I know Chris is smoking something. Health difference between the cigars and cigarettes. That's easy, actually. So the way of cigar is made and the cigarettes made are very different, right? So cigars are made 100% tobacco, all right? And cigarettes are made of tobacco fermented like cigar and then break down with additives. So when I went to a cigarette making factory, they didn't show any additives. So I don't know if it's because their fermentation process or when did they add it in. But the fact that you're smoking that sheet of paper, the white sheet of paper, and their filter is already like bad for you, right? Because the filter obviously gets heat up and then carries all kind of stuff into your lung, and cigar doesn't because you don't smoke it into your lung. All right, so I believe Tim had a video a long time ago talking about FDA admitted themselves that having 1 to 2 cigars a day does pretty much nothing to the risk of cancer. So cigar itself isn't bad for you per se. It actually helps you to relax, except in the case of diabetics. If you have diabetics, you should control your cigars because the cigar actually slows down your insulin. So if you're diabetic and use insulin, that might do a little different. But if you just perfectly healthy person smoking a cigar, 1 cigar a day or maybe 2, it's not gonna do much to you. If you have 3 cigars a day, that might overload your nicotine a little bit. So in terms of cigar health and cigarette health is different. When you smoke a cigarette, nobody smoke 1 cigarette a day. Who smokes 1 cigarette a day? I mean, when I was smoking, I went from a pack a day to like 2 or 3 pack a day. So Jenna, I can tell you that it's not like it lowers your blood sugar. It's putting less sensitivity to your blood sugar. So your blood sugar is being held back. So it's still there. You're still there, but you're not. It holds off your insulin and it holds off your blood sugar. So it does both. Type 2, for those people that's asking about the type of diabetes, if you're type 1 diabetes, you have trouble with producing insulin. So you can't produce your own insulin. It's genetic. If you have type 2 diabetes, it's because your insulin sensitivity is not there. So your body is not reacting to sugar, so it's not producing the insulin that's needed. Type 2 could be somewhat reversed or get better. Type 1, you can't. You're just like that forever. Now, David, in terms of your information, which is somewhat true, but I can tell you that there is more than 1 chemical in cigars as well. So that 3,000 chemical from the cigarettes actually is breaking down everything in the cigarette after it's burned. When you burn tobacco, there's actually a chemical reaction that will generate some chemical as well. But the big thing is that you don't inhale into your lung. So your body is not trying to filter out all this thing. It does not clog up your lung with all the tar and stuff like that. And you brush your teeth after, so it kind of get rid of it as well. So that's the difference between a cigarette and a cigar, is that the cigar is easier to clean up. It's like you spill water on a tile floor. First, you spill water on a carpet floor. Now, smoking a cigarette is like spilling water onto a carpet floor. It cleans some off, but there's still a lot in the carpet. So that's raising your risk of getting sick, getting cancerous problem. But when you smoke a cigar, it's like spill water on a tile. It can clean majority of off, majority is not going to stay there. So that has very little effect. David, in terms of the arsenic occurring and few of the poisons chemical, that's actually not in the tobacco in the cigarette. It's actually on that wrapper and that filter. That filter is giving you what those things are. It's crazy, right? So that filter is made out of foam, and then when you burn through it, it gives you arsenic and then all kind of weird stuff as well. So it's really has to do with the way they're generating that cigarette together, how it's put together. If you take away the filter, it's actually slightly better, but you're still smoking into your lung. The problem is getting into your lung so that your body was doing the filtering rather than the air was doing the filtering. So that was the difference. At least that was what I was explained when I went to visit a cigarette company. So yeah, they basically blending the filter, and then they say we can do a test just on the filter, you'll get the same kind of chemical, but it's better to have a filter than not. So because you're smoking into your lung. But you know, everybody's gonna give you a million reasons. So in terms of health benefits and health, just think of this way: there's more. We give cigars to our service members, our soldiers, our sports people, our movie people, and we have plenty of people that smoke cigars that live, I don't know, to 80, 90 years old easily. All right. Now I'm not saying that there's no people that smoke cigarette live to 90s, because my grandmother smokes cigarette and she lives a long time. So you know, it depends on the person. But at the same time, I think cigars much more healthier because you don't smoke it into your body. You're taking it out. The enjoyment is not fill your nicotine needs, but to taste the cigar. I do smoke cigarillos, just not a lot, because it depends on the time I have. If I'm at home, I wouldn't have to smoke cigarillo. But if I'm outside, I really want to enjoy one, then I would do cigarillos. You're still absorbing nicotine, but nicotine itself is not why you're addicted to a cigarette. Believe it or not, nicotine itself is not addicting. Just think of this way: when you try to quit cigarette, right? You put a nicotine patch on yourself. Do you feel like no one's gonna go like, oh, I need a new pack right now. I need like 5 packs because I'm so addicted to nicotine. I need like 10 packs. No, nicotine actually generates this relaxation feel to your body, so that it kind of feel like, you know, when you have too much nicotine, you feel like, oh, I'm so relaxed, right? So that is not as addicting as you think. So it's actually the additive that makes you addicting to it. So nicotine itself is not that bad. So in terms of health benefit, if you want to lower your blood sugar, temporarily help your blood sugar, like if you had a really savory meal and you just want to calm down, have a cigar. You know, you will kind of hold back everything a little bit. You almost have the same effect to hold back your body function as apple cider vinegar. But in terms of other benefit, not much. But in terms of negatives, other than getting some nicotine, not that bad. You know, if you ask me, is nicotine that bad? I can tell you that sugar kills more people than nicotine. So you gotta stop eating sugar. Exactly. Cigar helps you relaxation, and this is the problem with today, that we're so stressed in our life, right? We're so stressed in our life that having a little relaxation is actually less toxic to our mind and our health well-being than holding back that stress, right? Than holding back that stress. So I think in terms of benefit, that's more of a benefit than, you know, go to work and come back all stressed, and then, I don't know, do something else, and then keep those stress with you all day, right? That's actually very toxic. So cigar is a good time to relax. It's also a really good time to chat with friends, be with someone, talk about your problems, right? People who smoke talk shit all day. We enjoyed it. So it's actually a good hobby. I think it's good. If you ask me if I'm gonna teach my kid this, I would tell my kids to smoke cigar if they could. So I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's a good hobby. It brings people together too. Pop like soda pop. Did you know that pure soda pop, that the one has no taste, so like club soda or just like seltzer water, that's actually good for you. You can smoke cheese. Love cheese so much. Maybe we should try that. Actually, I don't know if you guys all saw that video with Tim and try to put real stuff in a cigar and smoke it. Maybe he should try to put cheese in it, like blue cheese or something like that. That might smell pretty good. I'm really enjoying this cigar. This is good. Like I say, the flavor actually is like everywhere. So I can't say the flavor is refined or out of this world good, but for what it's worth, it's got good flavor. It's got the punch that people might look for. Um, in terms of it's a boring, it's not a boring. So sugar destroy you. High fructose corn syrup. Yes, human cannot digest and break apart high fructose corn syrup. That's why it's bad for you. It's super sugary. It's like what 10 times or 50 times sweeter than sugar. It's retardedly sweet. Sugar is bad for you. Humans are not meant to have sugar. That's the thing. Sugar was not meant for human to use. If you think about how we were evolved to what we have today, humans are meat eaters, right? Unlike cows had two stomachs, they digest grass, or birds and little animals that they have bursts of energy. They're so tiny, they just need bursts of energy. They eat sugar, they eat berries. Human just happen to learn that it's sweet, so we eat it. But we're not meant to eat sugar. That's why we have insulin that gets rid of the sugar, right? Coke does used to use cocaine, but Coke used to be a medical product. So I see a lot of people do. I don't know if you guys seen those before. A whole bottle that sucks in cigarette, and they will just put like a 2 pack of cigarette in there, and they show you that the cotton is like dirt black. But the problem is that your liver, no, not your liver, your lung is constantly recycling the cell. Your lung's job is to filter and recycle the cell to be clear as it goes. No one smoked that much cigarette at a time, non-stop. Who does that? Who does that? Of course, your lungs got to be crap. If you're smoking non-stop 50 sticks later, yeah, your lungs got to be crap. But hey, if you quit right after that, it could recover, right? Ooh. One thing about this is that because the draw is so good, it heats up really quickly. Like at this point, it's really, really hot. A future in CBD cigar? What do you mean by CBD cigar? You sure they're gonna do that? Right, but I didn't know, like, if that's supposed to be like something like, CDN or something like that. So they gotta do cannabis cigars? I can't imagine this. That would be crazy. Massachusetts just starting selling weed, and that whole area is a mess. It's like a 4-hour away just to getting there, and then like people are complaining about the traffic. It's bad. There's no way to getting there. Now this is getting really hot. I'm getting hot air. When cigar gets really hot, the flavor goes away. As you can see, I'm using this cup today because the basement is so cold. Having a hot coffee here, 10 minutes later, it'll be cold. So, try to use an insulated cup today. So I see people jumping in and out. For those people who are new, please do like this video and also subscribe to this page. If you subscribe to the other one earlier today, that's the wrong one to subscribe. You can unsubscribe to that one and subscribe to this one because this is the correct one to subscribe to. We're at 75 today. If we get 80, we'll give away a cigar. So we're still having like an hour or so to go. So we can see if it's gonna be filled 5 more. All right. So get people to subscribe to this. 5 more people will give away a cigar. I'm not sure what cigar I'm gonna give away, but just a hint, I am going to Davidoff this Saturday. Hint, hint. I am going to Davidoff this Saturday. And I told them to make sure they keep a lot of stuff for me because I'm gonna buy at least $1,000 worth. So you want to get people to subscribe to this today. Today. I'm not really into weed because everybody went through college or a similar experience where there's gotta be 1 or 2 people that's gonna smoke that. But for some reason, I get headache when I smell it. I don't know. So I never got into it because I get headache when I walk in the street and smell somebody at it. So it gets me. So if you have subscribed to the previous one, I know Ilya did it, and I tagged him earlier to this new video. I don't know if anybody knows Ilya. Can go ahead and message him to tell him unsubscribe to the old one that he subscribed to and subscribe to this one. Or and there's another person, I can't remember who it is, that I also tagged on Chris's post. And again, if you are in the New York area, hey Nate. Didn't you say you have class? Was there another Nate? If you are in New York this Saturday, make sure to drop by Davidoff at noon. We are meeting over there, and they're closing their lounge for us. It's gonna be fun. We gotta meet up. It's gonna be a really good event. I think it's our first official event. So please do show up so that we can have a fun time together. I want to meet everybody, as many people as I can. So I want to go with that. What law did it pass? Let me see. When I go to China, am I going to do a live stream over there? I won't be able to because YouTube is not allowed in China. Both YouTube and Facebook are not available in China. So I won't be able to do it in China. But when I come back, I'll show you what I got. I already talked to the vendor there. I already pre-ordered it. I just have to go pick it up. So stay tuned for that. I will do a video. I'll do a live one day where I will be smoking a Chinese cigar, all right? And then I will give one out. I'll give one out for sure. So make sure to subscribe to this, and then when we have enough people on it, I'll give away a Chinese cigar. That's gotta be fun. Now, one of the Chinese cigar was famous because Mao Zedong himself smoked that brand and the exact blend. So that's the one I'm looking to buy. It's a blend that Mao Zedong himself smokes. So when you smoke it, you can feel like a dictator. Chris, wouldn't that be easy for you to get a medical card because you do have epilepsy? Mike, I can't tell you. I never had one before. I never got into Chinese tobacco because it's so hard to find. They are hard to get. They're not even in the airport. So I've never smoked one before. So I just have to tell you that, you know, stay tuned. Once I have it, I'll tell you guys how it is. But like I say, Mao Zedong himself liked that blend. So, and the cigar is not cheap. I think they cost me close to $30 a stick. And I think it's like a Robusto size or something smaller, maybe a Corona size. But from the look of it, it's a Robusto size. Just a side question: have you guys done your Christmas shopping yet? What country has the best cigar outside of Cuba, Nicaragua, and DR? Mexico? Mexico does make cigars too, so. So Mexico, I know Mexico makes their own cigars too. Not a lot. There's few blends with those, so it's not a crazy amount. All down Christmas shopping. Good for you. Do it early is the way to go. For me, it's easy because I have a bunch of friends that just want cigars. So when I went to Japan earlier in the year, I already bought their cigars. And what's left to purchase is for my wife, which my wife does her own shopping. So usually just, here's a credit card, go crazy. So let's see. Let's continue to monitor this subscribers so that I can see whether or not we can have a question today. 76, 76, 4 more. 4 more. Four more, we can get a cigar going. While we're at it, I know that no one's people who ask the questions probably not looking at this, but we can pick up some questions that we have on the group to answer. If you guys have a question, you can put it here too, even if it's a random one, we can try to answer it. Let's see. Because today I found one where people's asking about cigarillos. If you only have cigarillos, you don't need a humidor. You do not need a humidor for your cigarillos because they're so tiny and they don't dry out that easily. Surprisingly, you can keep a cigarillo for a long time without having to put it to a humidor. So if you only have cigarillos, you don't need humidor. And if you want to put this, if you store the cigarillo, you can just store in the tin. I never had a problem. You can see what I mean by going to a store that sells cigarillo, right? They never put the cigarillo in a humidor. They leave it in the back with little shelves, or you know, they have on a table, but they don't put it in the humidor because cigarillo does not need to be humidified the same way cigar does. And another question would be, Do you guys want to talk about plume? I don't think you guys want to talk about plume. That's like a dangerous thing to talk about. Boveda on the cigar box that they came in for. Now you got to see how it's packaged. Some boxes are sealed with a nice shrink wrap, and that's sealed really nicely. Those you don't have to worry about that much. You can keep it there for a little bit, at least a month. Just that before you smoke them, when you open it up, don't smoke them right away. Put it in the your humidor to rest a little bit. So you can actually keep it in the box the way it is, if they are sealed with the shrink wrap. If they're not, you know, you'll have to put in the humidor. But if you think about it this way, I always open my cigars up to check, make sure there's no mold, make sure they're not damaged, doing shipping and stuff like that. A lot of the time you keep it in the box, but you gotta know that when they're shipping boxes and UPS, whatever, on a boat, whatever that the travel is. So they're shaking a lot here and there. You want to check whether or not they're damaged. And if they are somewhat damaged, you want to take them out and then kind of, try to rescue it. So humidor had to be a well-kept humidor does not need to be reseasoned ever. All right, your hygrometer does need to be recalibrated every so often. All right, so you want to check, make sure the hygrometer is good. But a well-kept humidor does not need to be reseasoned. The season is just given a jump start. So you don't want to put a new one, open up a new one, and put all the cigar in there, because right away the humidor itself is not up to that the percentage of relative humidity. So when you put the cigar in there, it's got to try to draw the moisture out of the cigar. The reason you season it is so that when you put the cigar in there, it does not draw from the cigar. And then obviously once you put your humidifying material in there, the humidor itself can draw from that device that you put in, Boveda, water, bees, whatever. So it won't draw from your humidor. That was quick, Chris. I didn't even get to read it yet, and you already got it handled. That's funny. So yeah, a well-kept humidor does not need to be reseasoned, because once you reseason, you're basically resetting the humidor itself again. So now you gotta wait for it to dry again. Outing at walk on the humidor. So one thing I want to suggest everybody to do is, when you have a humidor, a wooden one, is to regularly check for cracks. They could still crack, even while humidified, they will still crack. So check for cracks. I'm doing a walk-in humidor as well, but I haven't finished it yet. I'm not a particularly handy person, so that's if anybody in the Massachusetts area that's handy with constructions, please contact me. I'm not that handy. I can only do what I can do. So a little bit at a time, very slowly. What I'm missing is to mud the wall. I need to mud the wall and paint it, and then start to seal the seams. But yeah, I'm not that good. I'm not that handy with constructions, so I can only do a little bit at a time. So that was a good question about humidor. Thanks to Matt. That's a good question. So yeah, in terms of the red dot, thumbs up for the red dot. Is it better than the Cuban? I say that would be up to the person. Do you like light stuff, or do you like flavor? If you like flavor, you will go with the red dot. If you just want something easy that you can smoke, that you may feel good about, you will go with the Cuban. But is it? Am I going to do guests? I am, but you know, no one want to come on as a guest for me yet. So I'm just here chatting, and you know, I don't have anybody that visits. If somebody visit, I will do it. Obviously, the Saturday that I'm gonna be in Davidoff, everybody else is gonna be there. So when you look at my live, you'll see everybody there, and we can talk about different stuff. So for Saturday, I'm gonna try to have something different for sure. So this Saturday, it's gonna be noontime, around noontime. So if you guys, it's gonna be on Facebook for sure. So if you guys want to check out Facebook around noontime is where the live is gonna be for our first event. I'll put the employee there on the spot to see if they can answer some questions. And Chris is definitely gotta be you know, here and there. I'm planning something that we can all be on, but you know, I'm trying to find the best way to do this for sure. Ooh, don't put your cigarillo in the fridge. David Lee, don't put your cigarillos in the fridge. If you just put it in the fridge, it's actually gotta dry out. And it makes it more susceptible to mold. Don't put your cigarillo in the fridge. Cool. Saturday we speak. Which Java? Which kind of Java? This Java, chocolate mint, coffee. So Damon Jones, if you like a strong cigar, Cohiba Red Dot is the one that you will probably prefer over the Cuban. So I smoked the Cuban early in the week. It wasn't that impressive. It wasn't. It's very light. It's very, very light. Latte. Good. I mean, they're very enjoyable. Make sure you have a cup of latte to go with that too. They're very, very enjoyable. In my opinion, they are. So I'm continuing to refresh here. We still need 4 more. I'm thinking whether or not to light up another one, because I could totally use another one while chatting with you guys, but we'll give it a few minutes. You know what? Now is a good time for me to get a cigarillo. Let me go get a cigarillo and come back. Give me 1 minute. Use this time to invite more people to come in. All right. Use this time to invite more people to come in here. Ask them to subscribe. We need 4 more to give away a cigar. All right. Subscribe to this channel. 4 more and like this video. We have 16 likes, but we have like 20-something people here. So let's all like the cigar. Like this cigar chart, and we can go with that. All right. I'll be right back. 1 minute. All right, I'm back. How long did that take? You always miss the question. What question? Jenna, what question are you talking about? So right now I'm gonna light up one of these cigarillos. It's the Davidoff Mini Cigarillo. I didn't go that long. Come on. I told you what to do with your life. You get people to subscribe to this channel. 76, still need 4 more. So I always recommend people to get this cigarillo. Tim does sell this. For some reason, he doesn't carry Davidoff, but he can carry this. It's really good, and I think that for the construction, for the price, it's definitely good. So they have silver and they have gold. I think the gold is stronger to me. So Asian Don't Sleep is the right channel. Yes, the one that says Yu Wang is not. That's just like I don't know, somehow it's linked together when I sign up for Google and stuff like that. And thing about cigarillo is either way is good. It's fine to smoke. Depends how they construct it. But you don't even need to toast it. You just light it. Oh, Eureka! So much flavor in this little thing. So much flavor in this real thing. I can tell you. Whew. Glenn, I don't think so. There's nothing going on really that requires a call. This cigarillo has so much flavor right away at first puff. That's why I like it, like, you know, a really good taste on first puff. You know, makes every puff count. But it burns so quickly though. It burns so quickly, but it's just, oh. Daymond John, if you like cigars, you like the flavor of cigar, but you don't have a lot of time for it, I heavily recommend this. This is one of my favorite cigarillos. All right, I always have a pack of this around. I don't know how many packs I have, but I always have a pack of this around. Definitely worth it. Here's another question though, because the other day I saw on Tim's thing, Tim got a microphone for his live thing. I don't think I need it, but do you guys think that I should get a microphone so that you guys can hear me better? I think that, you know, the voice should be loud enough. If it's not loud enough, let me know. I'll go pick up a microphone. It's not a big deal. They were good. They were good. Tim sells this. Definitely go check out his website. He doesn't carry Davidoff per se, but he carried the cigarillos, so they were good. Yeah, I mean, I'm so close to the webcam that I didn't think that I really need it. But for Tim, he's so far away, you can see his whole table. I think that's why he needed it. So, but cigarillos, I heavily recommend the Davidoff cigarillo. They're so good. They're so smooth. It doesn't burn your nose when you retrohale. You can see I very easily retrohale this because they're just that good. They're good. They're good. So I get excited when I talk about this because I don't smoke this a lot, but when I do, it's like flavor right away. Right away. What do you mean the DEC notes? I mean, a lot of time when I see abbreviation, I don't understand which one is going on because there's so many things that I know that has the same abbreviations. So I see more people are in this. We have 77 now. We have 77 now. We just need 3 more. 3 more. Drew Estate cigarillos. Drew Estate cigarillos. I haven't tried those. I haven't tried those. Again, has to be packaging for me. For me to try something, the package has to look good. So, you know, I'm a sucker for that. So if the packaging wasn't impressive, I probably won't buy it. But if I got it, I will smoke it. As usual, the ash does fall down, and I had to clean it right away because my carpet and my pants. Let's see. The Flathead 660. I've seen a lot of people trying it in the group, but I personally have not tried it yet. It's like a hot rod looking cigar, right? I personally have not tried it yet. I have so many cigars that, you know, it depends on what cigar that kind of happen to stack on top of my cigars. I always pick the one that's on top. So But I mean, next time we can try to smoke that one. I have so many ones that I want to share with you guys lined up that I can only do so many at a time. 2 a week plus the Facebook whenever. By the way, guys, tomorrow, I think Tim's doing a live one on YouTube with Mr. Saka. So don't miss that one. He's gonna be on there. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna be messaging the hell out of it, asking for my Saka Scratch beanie and statue, whatever they have. I'm gonna bother them until I get it. I'm gonna keep bothering everybody until I get it, because I'm a sucker for those. I have to have it. Oh, this is good. So yeah, everybody, tomorrow when we watch the live, we should just tell them to keep get the beanies for sale, or get the beanie for give out, for everybody. That would be nice if they do that. I mean, I would love to pick it up when I get there though. Instead of having them shipped to me, I want to go pick it up. So January 11 or 12, look forward to that. I'm gonna fly down. It's a little bit early to book the hotel, but because I'm waiting for Tim to get back to me on which day will be best for him to go to go down. Because I'm gonna go down when I arrive. It's gonna be 9:30 at night, so can't do anything that night. But the next day I can do whatever that's needed, and the day after that I have to leave. So so we gotta pick the day that he can actually do something, right? Damon, that just means that you're not ready for the full body cigar yet, because it's really heavy. A Louisiana Bowl is like a punch in the head. It's really heavy. It will make you lightheaded. Make sure to keep eating something sweet. All right, when you smoke the bowl, make sure you have something sweet with you at all time, because it could all of a sudden hit you. Especially the way it's designed. If you look at a Louisiana Bowl, it's like a shape that goes thick and then lighter as it goes. So it all of a sudden punch you more than it have, and then kind of taper down. And when it tapers down, it gets more concentrated. So you really want to be careful smoking that. It's not something that you want to go too quickly, or when you don't have a big meal. If you don't have a big meal, make sure to eat some sweet snacks, salty food, to help you balance it out. It should. Normally, I think it should be a 2-hour smoke. It should be a 2-hour smoke. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Alcohol will actually drop your blood pressure as well as nicotine. So you'll actually get really, really lightheaded if you do that. Seriously, this is like a 10-minute smoke. Whew. By the way, for those people who arrived late today, I was talking about next week, we're talking about how to repair a cigar. Does the cigar glue actually work? So I bought a cigar glue, and I have one that's basically sitting in my acrylic humidors like this for a while, and then the foot actually cracked. So I want to use this to try to repair this to see if it's still smokable. If it is, I think it'll be a good discovery. So people who have some crack and broken leaves can actually try to repair it. So. I'm definitely not a slow smoker. I always had to remind myself to smoke slower. But when I like the flavor, I constantly try to search for that flavor when I smoke it. It does. At first, I thought it was a nail polish when I arrived. I was like, babe, did you buy a nail polish? And I look onto it. It says cigar glue, sealer, and repair. I was, oh yeah, that's what I ordered. So yeah, it says it's backwards. Cigar glue, seal, and repair. Does my stuff show backwards for you guys? Does it show backwards? I just wonder if it's showing backward for you guys. Is the words on this backwards? No? On mine, it's showing backwards. I'm looking at myself backwards. Like on the back over here, it's supposed to say that, right? But it's, for me, it's TAHT, so it's that, taht. Cool. That's really good. So I guess it's not a problem when I show you guys letterings. So yeah. $77. We need 3 more. Can we get 3 more tonight? Maybe. Fuente makes good cigars. I mean, last time I tried one, the Opus X impression, right? So it's very woodsy. So if you love woodsy notes, you love like a dark wood, oak or cedar wood combination of wood, really, really manly smoke. Opus X is definitely one that you want to try. Opus X, you want to try that. But it does cost you a pretty penny though. It is not cheap for sure. Cigar Vixen, she's so up there. I don't think I can ever invite her. I don't think she'll want to ever talk to me. She'll be like, this Asian, what did he want? You know, I'll have to get to her level first. So I think we can start by doing this. Okay, everybody, listen to this. Since I'm so handsome, should I start selling my own swimming suit calendar? Right? How's that? I will sell my swimming suit calendar with my pack, you know, all these guns right here. And you guys can all buy it. And then I can tell her that, hey, I know you sell swimming suit calendar, and I also do that too. Don't you think you should be on my live chat? Because everybody want to chat with you, and I'm that cool. I can sell my swimming suit calendar. Yeah, or bathtub calendar. I know everybody wants one, right? Like if I was to make one right now, it was sold out immediately because all of you will buy 5, right? Because everybody wants the secret of this little Asian thing, you know, the youth, the fountain of youth. Exactly. David will pre-order 1 box of it. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will, David. A box to your house right away, David. Here's the thing. For my local brick and mortar shops, you can see I don't go that often for my local area. I do it when I travel. It's because Massachusetts don't have a lot of good B&M shops. And this is what I want to talk about, because for me to go to a good B&M shop is that they have to have good service, and the service starts the moment I go in, right? If I go in there and they didn't even say hi, they just doing whatever they're doing, and after I look for a while, he turns around and says, "Hey, are you looking for something?" That's the cue for me to say I'm not gonna buy from here. Obviously, I'm looking for something. What the hell would I go to your store for, right? But if they say, "Hey, you looking for something?" that I'll turn around and leave. I'll turn around and leave. A good B&M should be like going. First thing is like, "Hey, how you doing? What are you looking for? Let me recommend you something." Now that's good service, right? If I go in there, "You're looking for something," or just simply didn't even acknowledge me, I wouldn't bother. I mean, yeah, it's kind of weird for Asian guys to go into a cigar shop looking for a cigar. I understand that, but you gotta treat all your customers the same way, right? So a lot of cigar brick and mortar things that I have here are like that. So I choose not to go to them anymore. And this is why I go to Davidoff a lot, because their service is great. All right. I don't even have to go look. They contact me and say, "Hey, we got this in. Should we save a box for you?" That's great. So, it's hard for me to be able to balance that, to go to my local one, because I don't know if they're snobs or they just don't like me. When I go in, I couldn't get the service I expect. But when I travel to different states and go into the cigar lounge, it's always great. All right. When I'm back to my home country, when I go to Japan, I go to my local brick and mortar. They call me by name. They're very respectful. They know exactly what I want, and they are very accommodating to requests. That's what I'm talking about, and that's why I buy a lot from the places I like. So that's one of the things. And once I set my mind on which one has good service, I will dump all my money in those kind of places. I will not, bother. I rather to dump all my money in the place that I like than last minute attempt to get one cigars and go to the shop that I don't like. David, that kind of makeup takes hours. There's no way I can do the same thing. I can tell you that right away. I cannot do the level of makeup to do like that. All right, it's impossible for me. All right, I can't. Yeah, for me, if there's no good selections, that's one thing, right? There's always a way to get another cigar somewhere. But for me to go into a brick and mortar shop and enjoy my time there, the service is number one for me. They can have. I rather spend more money for the same cigar in a better service shop than less money, cheaper cigar in a shop that I don't like. And Chris, for in your case, that will work out for me because I like to collect stuff. So when they have collectible, they call me up and I'll be like, yeah, let's do it, buy it, let's go. And to buy online for me is actually very hard because I have this issue about buying cigars unless it's somebody I trust that I know that is gonna select the best for me. I don't want to buy online because there's so many things that can go wrong in between buying and having them sent to you. Number one, USPS is not the most reliable thing to get shipped to you. So by now we should know. Everybody should have their delivered delayed last few weeks, right? So for me, I like to touch the cigar I'm buying. Like I will pick it out like this. I'll look at it, make sure they are good. A lot of places will actually allow me to take the cigar out and just look at it. I won't touch here. Like when I go look for a cigar, I just look at the cap and make sure they're good. But I won't touch the cap. But I will touch the body and then the foot to see if they're well kept. So I need to do that. But if I buy online, I don't get to do that. I don't mind when I do it from trading. If I trade with somebody, I kind of expect them to somewhat take care of it, and most of them do. I mean, if they're not, it's a one-time thing or two-time thing, I don't really mind. But I want to be able to see the cigar that I'm picking because not all cigars are made equal, right? Not all cigars are made equal. It is a human-made product, handmade product. So you want to choose the one that you want. And I like to choose the one I want. So when I buy something, I want to go to someone I can trust that it's not gonna give me a messed up cigar. Someone that's easy to handle. Like if you buy a cigar from, let's say Cigars Daily, and you got a bad one, it's super cracked. I highly doubt that Tim's gonna make you ship it back. Tim will just take care of it, send you another one. Or if he's gonna make you ship it back, he's not gonna make you pay for it. And a lot of places online, they will make you pay for it to send it back or give you credit for it. But still, that's more of a hassle than not. So in terms of service, that's what I go for. I want service, and that service should come from the very moment I enter the door. All right. If they don't greet me, they just ask me if I'm looking for something, then that will be the last time I go in there. If I go in there, you ask me if I'm looking for something instead of greeting me. So it's, again, if they say, you looking for something? Well, yeah, I'm looking for something, but not anymore. I walk out. But if they say, hey, how you doing today? You know, what can I help you with? Now that is a good opening line. I will start from there. Yeah, Janet, I was talking about, because someone wants for me to invite Cigar Vixen to do this, and I'm telling that I'm not on the same caliber as her, so I had to start doing things like her. And given that I know the ancient Asian secret of staying young, I should start selling bathtub calendars. And David has already offered to buy a whole case of it. I think one case have about 500 calendars. So yeah, that's all thanks David for buying the first box of my bathtub calendars. Cigar Vixen is a female model-ish person that reviews cigars. If you don't know, you can look it up. It's on YouTube. So yeah, she had a few vids, but it's not my thing either. I don't find that attractive. So, not saying that she's not a pretty woman. I just don't find that attractive way of making money. I think she represents some cigars. She goes to the IPCPR. So I can't tell if she's good at reviewing. I not once watched too long of it. I do click on it a few times, and yeah. Then I just ruined it, didn't I? I just ruined it. I just ruined it, didn't I? Now she's never gonna come to my thing. Let's make sure to delete this this live afterwards, so that we don't ruin it. She does. I mean, it looks like she does have known her stuff, and then she does have a lot of cigars. She have a huge humidor. I saw the video about her humidor. She have a huge, beautiful humidor, but I don't know much about her when it comes to that. So your IG following on the cigar community. In terms of Instagram, I recommend you to learn how to hashtag a lot of it. Hashtag. You know, I should do a live on Instagram once in a while. I don't have a lot of follower. I have about 2,000 follower, but you know, I don't think they ever look. They just click and follow. That was it. So yeah, I mean, I can do a Instagram live once in a while. We'll see, because I don't know how many Cigars Daily members on Instagram. When I look up the hashtag for Cigars Daily Nation, the majority is my pictures. So we need 3 more. Damon, we need 3 more. You know, I'm never really into tall model-looking women, because Asians, we're not that tall. We're 5'7", 5'8" at most, usual times. Okay, so when I was young, I stand right next to a model woman, and I actually dated a woman that's tall. I feel super short. I don't feel that to be attractive at all. I know a lot of women say, "Oh, long leg is beautiful," but you know, when you actually stand right next to them, you're like, "Hi, how are you doing?" "Yeah, hi." Yeah, no. So I don't find tall, slim, long leg woman to be attractive. So yeah, that's why, you know, if somebody said that's eye candy, I was like, maybe on video it does, but once you stand right next to her, different story. Different story. Last time you went to a brick and mortar and the guy in the shop described the cigar as flowy and like jazz music. What are you supposed to do with that? You ask him whether or not it's like the classic jazz, or is it like Kenny G jazz? See if he can describe what kind of jazz he's talking about, because jazz is it's a very different thing. Or walk out. You see, smooth jazz is like, you know, I don't know. I will ask him to elaborate whether or not he can elaborate that. So yeah, ask for Miles Davis of cigars. You know, smooth jazz. Now smooth jazz break apart. You know, smooth jazz with lyrics, smooth jazz without lyrics, smooth jazz sounds only instrumental, smooth jazz with only saxophones. Which jazz are we talking about? That will probably drive that person insane. Because I'm a jazz listener. I love jazz. So you know, when it comes to it, I mean, I'm sure Glenn is too, because you know he's guitar guy. So some guitar guy like jazz stuff. I do not have a record player. No. How do I describe that? So I have a friend that's a DJ. He cuts records. He have a company that cuts record, and he always tell me that how hard it is to for people to collect records. It's hard to find good records. It's hard to find you know, good collectibles and all that stuff. So I never got into it because the way he has discouraged me to get into that, if that makes any sense. So I never really got into records. My wife does not smoke. My wife does not smoke. My wife, it's hard to describe her, but you know, she's the type of person that doesn't get into my hobby. You know, she have her own hobbies, and we appreciate each other's hobby. I try to study whatever she tried to get into, but then she will let me do whatever I want to, because she understands that she can't do it doesn't mean it's not good. Will she complain about cigar smells? If it gets too heavy, she will. So, but you know, we all try our best to make sure that our hobby does not bother each other. But you know, you'll be surprised. I'll be on my the little patio I have, smoking cigar, and she'll be fine playing video game right next to it. So. No, she's from China, so as you can see, that most of them is the only child, and she is the only child. Did I think about a different question format for the price cigar due to the lag time many have? Um, it is one of those things that I really can't control. I do try my best to be fair. You know, it is for fun, so don't take this as a too serious of thing, because you know it's good to give out cigars, and you know, everybody have equal chance based on, you know, because even the best connection will have lag once in a while, right? Even the best connection can drop once in a while. So I can only do my best to give away things that I have, but you know, as fair as YouTube allow me to, unless we go to a different platform. If I use a different platform, I'm able to run a drawing, but then that will cost money, so it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense at all. I know that you can do the drawing on Twitch. I know you can do a drawing on the platform called King Kong. Actually, set it up. Everybody can just click on it to win or submit their answer, but that does cost money. So I don't want it to cost anybody anything. I want everybody to win something for free. You know, I'm doing everything this. I make expense, including shipping, right? So I want to do this the best way possible without costing anybody anything. Could do a closet to type question. Yeah, I normally don't have lag here. I mean, YouTube broadcasts through their servers, not from my server. So I can tell you that a lot of time you'll see your answer first, because your answer is the closest to you. But it all gets to the YouTube server and broadcasts back to me as the chat on the side. And that chat is from the server's priority from receiving. So you might see your answers first, but YouTube sorts it out. But I know there is a lag for sure, and I try to repeat the question over and over again and make sure everybody's ready before I ask the question. So we are at 77, still need 3 more. So people who just joined us, please make sure you subscribe, you like the video and subscribe so that we can actually do a giveaway today at 80 subscribers. Can we hit 80 today? 80 today. 10 more minutes. Let's get 80. Where am I? Or where Glenn is? Frank, I'm located in Massachusetts, but I don't think that matters. So people who just joined us, make sure you subscribe and hit likes on this video so that we can hit 80 subscribers. 80 subscribers. We need 2 more. Just 2 more. Let's get 2 more subscribers today. We're almost there. Ligma. Are we talking about something we shouldn't be? That's what I'm thinking. I was like, am I talking about something different? When I start begging for likes and subscriptions, I just wanted to get it going. Obviously the YouTube does not allow any monetization or anything. Not like I'm getting monetization or anything. I just want to make sure this is easy to be fine. People can join us and all that stuff. So I'm not there. I'm looking for subscriptions because of that. I want to make sure that eventually we don't have to post like probably 9 billion posts about this live thing, so everybody can just join and then we can have fun together. Not necessary to, I'm not trying to monetize, profit, or anything like that for this. Not there yet. So, I mean, it's like a double-edged sword, right? I want to make sure everybody have fun. Everybody enjoy the live sessions that we have and talking and all that stuff. But I'm definitely not here to profit. If I'm here to profit, I wouldn't be giving out cigars. I mean, that's definitely what in average lost $10, $15 a night every time. So I mean, the previous one that I gave 2 out, here easily just adds up to what, $30. So it adds up to expense. But I'm not looking to profit for sure. If I'm looking to profit, I wouldn't have done that. I just want to share this hobby. I want to grow this hobby with everybody so that everybody can enjoy it. Everybody can have fun, and have a chance to win a cigar. That's not bad at all. It is an expensive hobby, and then winning 1 cigar at a time isn't bad. So, and like I say, I definitely look forward to meet everybody. And how long would it take to meet everybody? I don't know. I will try my best. Try my best to do that, right? And to answer the question about going to Phoenix, I don't know if I will have time to do that, Mike. Like I say, the day that I fly down, I look at the time, it's gonna arrive at 9:59 p.m. So that pretty much means that I fly there, I go straight to a hotel, right? Because everybody will be closed by then. So I go to the hotel. The next day, I have a whole day to hang out, and it really depends what is available to me, because I don't think I'll be renting a car because it's just a 1-day thing. So I'll go there, and whoever is there, I'll love to meet. And if another place is close by, I might drop by, but it really depends on what my mobility is going to be like and whether or not Tim has the time to, deal with me at all. Because I want to ray in there and go like, hey, Tim, and then let's do something kind of thing. So, I mean, obviously just 1 day, and then the next day morning I'll be leaving. So it's got to be a 1-day thing technically. It will take me 3 days to do a 1-day thing. That's how committed I am for you guys, man. That's how committed I am to do things with you guys. So it will take me 3 days and $800, or actually no, $700 to do this 1 day. Yeah, I will eventually do the Philadelphia one too, for sure. So the Magnum that he did the video with, I had to see if I have that cigar. If not, I had to get it. Like I said, I don't know what cigar I have in the humidor, so a lot of time I just grab whatever I have. 5 pieces, like, no, because it's gotta be by myself. So short flight like those, they charge you for luggages. So I'm just gonna bring a backpack. 1 day worth of clothes. That's pretty much it. So I'll be going there. My main thing I want to grab is the beanie. All right, I have to have one beanie. I don't care. I have to have that beanie. I'm going there for the beanie. It's a cigar bar. Did I miss something? I mean, I don't think Tim sells cigars. Sells whiskey at his store. He had to bring it home. So is it blowing up? What? We need 2 more, but let's see what's going on here. We just need 2 more. Let's see if 2 trolls will actually come in and just add. That'll be funny. Let's see. Placencia. I didn't see anything new. 2 more. So who hasn't subscribed yet? Go ahead and subscribe. 2 more, and we'll find a question. You know what? Just anticipating that 2 more, I should look up a question. What subject should we go with this time? What subject of the question should I have this time? Video. Yeah, I remember he talked about with a guy that's like the with a lot of mustache, with the goatee, that was doing the pairing and stuff like that. That'd be cool to go. I just don't know what's on that area. So health. Health. Actually, what about we're going this one? No, that's a boring one. No, that's a horrible one. That's a horrible one. No, too many answers on that one. I'm looking for a question that we can go with. And I can't do abbreviation because apparently some people are really good at abbreviations. Kat, don't I already give that kind of information? Like anybody who asks question, I try my best to answer to the best of my ability, of course. So, Kat, if you have questions about how to take care of your cigars or whatever, I'll do that. Did I miss OP Drag's thing? OP drag. OP drag. Just so you know, I know that you're not involved in this thing or anyway, but if you want to do a spam or some sort of bomb information or links or whatever, just to be around, at least find a way to make it relevant or funny, right? I mean, your thing is not nowhere near as funny as the person that want to buy my turkey racing equipment. You gotta make it relevant, right? Make it relevant. Don't just post anything that you feel like to post. Everybody knows that USPS wasn't working. Everybody knows that today was a National Day of Honor. That how many people here care about stock exchanges closed, right? Make something that's relevant, and we can talk about it. We can talk about it. I don't mind. We can talk about it, right? And I mean that guy that Chris immediately deleted the message, lightning speed. I didn't even see that message, and I read the message afterward. That kind of message. Come on, you wanna troll? Make something that's good, all right? So don't say I never said it before. If you're here to troll, make the troll good, something relevant, so that we can all join to your conversation. But if you can't make a good story, just watch. Just watch, right? Just watch. $79. We need one more. Yeah, like the PCP troll, at least he make a good effort to make a story out of it. That guy has a good effort. I'm trying to find a good question to go with that everybody probably don't know. General knowledge. Ooh, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's do a cigar one. Cigar trivial. Cigar trivial. We're almost there. We're almost there. I promise. I'm looking at the cigar trivial questions, but I feel like if I can answer it, it's too easy. So I'm gonna find something that I can answer. Hey, didn't the Shignishi Tomoyoshi, you've been here before? I swear I see your name before. I swear. Introduce. Okay, I found one. So there was 10 questions. I got 9 out of 10 right. So that one that I didn't know. Ready? If you guys are ready, type 1 while I'm waiting for that last subscriber. You know what? Who do you care about? All right, one person unsubscribe. Now we need 2 more. I think the troll went out. But we will ask the question anyway. I guarantee you, if I ask you a question about cats, you probably won't be able to know. We're still going, Christina. We need 2 more people to subscribe. 2 more people to subscribe, Christina. But right now, we're going to do a giveaway anyway, because why not? Why not? Now it's back to 79. So we need 1 more. Okay, looks like everybody's ready. So I'm going to give the question now. The question is, all right, keep your hands off the keyboard so that you can type very soon. The question is, who introduced tobacco to Europe? Who introduced tobacco to Europe? Europe. Yeah, Europe. So Damon Gordon got it. Damon Gordon got it. It was Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus. John Hawkins. Christopher Columbus had introduced, found the native New World smoking tobacco and brought the product back to Europe with them. The native had been using the plant for at least 2,000 years. Damon Gordon PM me. Private message me. Now, I just gotta, you know, I can't send anything out until sometime next week. So if I find anything, that I'll send it to you. You just need to give me the address ahead of time. All right, Damon. Congratulations for winning it, even though we didn't hit 80, but we still can hit 80. You know, we still can hit 80. So I think that's pretty good for today. We already reviewed it. So to sum it up, we reviewed the Cohiba, and it's actually not bad. I can tell you that it's much more worth it than having the Cuban Cohiba for sure for the price range. And then we also introduced you to cigarillos. The Davidoff cigarillo is really good. And I showed off whatever I got today and my handy dandy cigar wrapper box. So, and then we talk about health and all that stuff. So next week, it's gonna be, oh, actually, Saturday, we'll do a live for the event at Davidoff. Saturday, it's gonna be at noontime, okay? It's gonna be at noontime. And tomorrow, Tim's got the live show, I think around 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock with Mr. Saka. Everybody who is going to that show tomorrow, make sure tag Tim and tell him to keep me a Saka Squash item for me to go there, right? Make sure to do that. See what he said. That's how I'll tag him and say to keep a Saka Squash beanie for me. And then the next week we'll do comparison of these two, the original versus the Toro. I see if they fix up really good stuff. All right. And then we'll also do a review on whether or not cigar glue actually works next week. So keep eye on those. We're still missing 1 subscriber. So if you find somebody that hasn't subscribed, go ahead and let them know to subscribe to this channel. Tonight was really good. I think we'll have a lot of fun. And I'll try to stay offline for the next couple of days until Saturday. All right. So have a good night, everybody. And we will talk again on Facebook. And then on Saturday, we'll try this again. All right. So Damon, don't forget, PM me as soon as you can. So I don't forget. I got to write it down. So good night, everybody.